All right, welcome, wrestling fans. This is Tony Schiavone along with my broadcast partner, Bob Marshall, here for NWA Championship Wrestling. And tonight, we crown a brand new United States Heavyweight Champion.
Well, thank you, Tony. It's great to be here. Very excited and looking forward to what we're going to see here as part of this new revived NWA here in NWA Championship Wrestling.
Opening contest, opening screens, United States, quite like Sergeant Slaughter. A lot of fans haven't appreciated some of the things he's been doing around here as of late. The drill sergeant pushing his way around and thinks that everybody has to answer to him.
Well, he's clearly used to being in a position of authority, and well, he's going to have a little bit of difficulty getting some of the guys, I think, in this tournament to bow and kneel and do 10 push-ups just at his command.
Well, we'll see how that all turns out, but his opening contest is going to give him all that he can handle. He is a member of the Four Horsemen, formerly half of the tag team champions until recently, Larry Zbyszko.
Well, you know, it's going to be interesting to see how Larry Zbyszko is able to do. We saw what happened just a week ago.
Well, yes, we did. It was on this very program that Larry Zbyszko was attacked by the return of Tully Blanchard. Blanchard has made no bones about it and has told anyone who will listen he is back to claim his rightful spot as a member of the Four Horsemen that Larry Zbyszko currently occupies.
That was a pretty vicious beating that Zbyszko took, though, at the hands of Tully Blanchard. You have to wonder, is he going to be able to give Sergeant Slaughter the level of competition that Larry Zbyszko would normally be able to give?
Well, we won't have to wait long to find out, I can tell you that right now. All right, the bell sounds, fans, action underway, and Slaughter right off the bat attacking Larry Zbyszko.
Well, that's the smart thing for Slaughter to do, because he knows, like everybody else does, what Zbyszko went through, and he's not going to take any time to find out what he's got.
Sergeant Slaughter standing him up. Irish whip all the way to the floor. The former Marine drill sergeant put in the boots to Larry Zbyszko.
Well, thus far, it looks really bad for Larry Zbyszko.
Zbyszko with a fireman's carry here on the concrete floor. Now inverted atomic knee drop. Sergeant Slaughter on the receiving end of some punishment for the first time in this match.
The referee's count is up to 6, I believe.
Cannon clothesline by Slaughter, who throws Zbyszko back into the ring. Ankle sweep by Larry Zbyszko now. You alluded earlier, Bob, to the damage that Larry Zbyszko took a week ago, and right now is our first opportunity to see if he's able to shake that off, because Slaughter came out and brought everything he had right at Zbyszko.
Yeah, and right now it does look like he's able to shake it off. He's looking pretty good. The other thing right now, Larry Zbyszko, it's not, of course he wants to beat Sergeant Slaughter. He wants to advance in this tournament, and he wants to become the United States Heavyweight Champion. No doubt whatsoever. He also wants, and maybe more than all of that, is to send a message to Tully Blanchard that you didn't put me down and out. You just put me down, and I'm back.
Drop toe hold now by Zbyszko. Goes for the cover on Slaughter. I doubt very seriously he's done enough damage to get the pinfall, and no, he has not.
But just the fact that he's back in a position to try to score a pinfall over Slaughter with the way this match began, that says quite a lot about Larry Zbyszko and his ability to absorb punishment.
And now it is Slaughter sent crashing to the concrete floor. Zbyszko outside the ring now. The referee's count begins once again. Back body dropped by the Sergeant. Sends Zbyszko into the guardrail. Into those steps. Larry Zbyszko got hurt. I believe he was injured.
Well, he definitely looked like he was holding his knee after that collision with those steps. There are a lot of very unforgiving corners.
Oh, and he returns the favor.
Well, what's good for the goose, good for the gander, and now Sergeant Slaughter is on the receiving end of some of the damage.
This has been a back and forth match, as we would have expected. Gutbuster by the Sarge. The United States Championship, one of the most prestigious titles in the history of the National Wrestling Alliance. All of these men want to be able to put that belt around their waist at the end of the night. One of them will. Will it be one of these men?
Well, very much possible, that's for certain.
Slaughter with a belly-to-back suplex, and Larry Zbyszko is in trouble.
And once again, as I mentioned earlier, Larry Zbyszko finding a way to basically soldier through the pain and the agony that he's got to be facing. I mean, his body's taken a beating in the last 7 days. But he is right back up, going toe-to-toe with Sergeant Slaughter. Tremendous move right there by Slaughter to drive Zbyszko back first.
And now Zbyszko targeting the knee. That's a smart move if he can follow up on it. Neckbreaker, and Sergeant Slaughter's down. Zbyszko hooks the leg. Let's see if that's enough. But Slaughter kicks out.
You see the look of astonishment on Larry Zbyszko's face. I think he thought he had him beat better than he did.
Oh, he's going to try and send the Sarge to Larryland, but Slaughter able to get the ropes.
Well, one of the interesting parts of this matchup is both of these men have a variation of that move. You've got Larry Zbyszko using the sleeper hold. Sergeant Slaughter, of course, will go to the Cobra Clutch, which is essentially the same logic. It'll cut off the blood supply to the brain, and you'll go out.
Well, thus far, Larry Zbyszko 1-0 so far as applying the hold. But it only matters who gets in at the end. Hooks the leg. Oh, Zbyszko's got his feet up on the rope. Referee doesn't see it. Slaughter just barely kicking out.
Well, Larry Zbyszko knows he's in there with a man who will flat out break the rules at any given point in time. Not to mention, he's a member of the Horsemen. The Horsemen are not exactly about the rule book.
Well, to that point, I would say they are about the rule book. They are about knowing it inside out and how to break it.
Well, I won't argue with that. And they do it better than anybody.
Another gutbuster. Zbyszko. Again with a big boot, this time catching the Sarge right in the face.
But he's not hooking the leg. You're not going to get him that way. You've got to hook the leg when you're going up against a Sergeant Slaughter, especially. There is nobody in this tournament you will beat without going for a leg hook.
Slaughter, oh, powerbomb!
Oh, he's not done yet, I don't think.
He almost got him! Oh, now he's got to turn into a Boston Crab! Larry Zbyszko's in trouble!
Well, you've got to believe that he's targeting that back after what happened last week, because that was what Tully Blanchard went after up on that steel stage.
Again with a drop toe hold, Zbyszko's go-to move to get out of trouble. Winds him up with another neck breaker, and he hooks the leg. But I just don't think it's enough damage done.
Zbyszko is very much trying to take advantage of whatever opportunities he gets, and you can't blame him for that. because all he's got to do is catch Slaughter in a moment. He definitely wants to get out of here without taking any more damage, though, because he's still carrying the weight of what happened a week ago, physically and probably mentally as well.
Slaughter taking Zbyszko down. Very good point there. Oh, wait a minute. Pile driver. That should be it.
Slaughter drops the big elbow, and you're right. After a pile driver like that on a man who's been brutalized the way Zbyszko has been, very surprised Slaughter hasn't already gone for the cover. He should have. This could be a big mistake.
Well, he did give Zbyszko enough time to clear his head. Zbyszko nails him with a knee lift, and now looking for the support of the fans. And I don't know if the fans have a fan favorite in this one. Oh, there it is. The sleeper hold knocked out once again. Slaughter in the middle of the ring this time. Will he be going to Larry land?
Sergeant Slaughter doing exactly what he needed to do right there. Comes up with a version of the stunner. Jacking the jaw. Larry Zbyszko, who's in trouble.
Zbyszko's had two opportunities now to put Slaughter out with that sleeper hold, and Slaughter is not only still standing, but he's in control of this match again. Spiking the knee into the mat. Hooks a leg. And Zbyszko out the back door.
No matter how this one ends up, we've got to give a lot of credit to Larry Zbyszko. He's oh, there it is. He's got him in the camel clutch.
Camel clutch is on. Referee is in position. I don't know that Zbyszko's back can sustain any more of this.
Not only was he able to, though, he came right back up the top. Larry Zbyszko sending a loud message, I think, to the members of the Horsemen that he's not going anywhere.
One count only, and this time Zbyszko elected not to hook the leg. Not a good idea.
Well, we heard the announcement made that at Madison Square Garden in just 2 weeks' time, Zbyszko will be fighting inside the steel cage against Tully Blanchard, and the winner will have that Four Horsemen spot.
Yeah, never performed, though. I can never think of anything on the line in a steel cage match quite like that. Tremendous clothesline by Zbyszko, and the Sarge all the way out to the floor.
When you run around in a group led by a man who calls himself the dirtiest player in the game, some of that has to rub off. And it wasn't like Zbyszko was a choir boy coming into this one.
Well, I'd have to agree with that. Larry Zbyszko's time around the Nature Boy Ric Flair being a member of the Four Horsemen probably has brought out a different aspect. Back body drop, and Slaughter hits the concrete hard. Brainbuster on the concrete. It may be over.
Slaughter's in trouble. A lot of trouble. Larry Zbyszko sends him into the ring. Both men beat the count. And now Zbyszko's going to see just how badly hurt he is. He should have hooked the leg, though.
Oh, and he still almost had him. Slaughter just barely shrugged the shoulder.
If Zbyszko would have hooked the leg, I believe he would be moving on in this tournament, but he didn't do it.
The way this one started out, it looked like Slaughter was going to have an easy day of it. And right now, we ask the question, could Zbyszko give Slaughter the match that Zbyszko would normally give him? And thus far, yes, he has.
The counting clothesline finds its mark, and he hooks the leg, and still only able to get two.
Larry Zbyszko, if nothing else, sending out a message. targeting the knee of Sergeant Slaughter. And again, Slaughter just barely getting a shoulder off the mat.
Larry Zbyszko now, what's he got in mind? He wants Slaughter up to his feet.
Larry Zbyszko with that clinch fist, referee doing nothing about it. Zbyszko now is taunting Slaughter, saying, come on, bring it.
Well, the drill sergeant right now is on the back. Oh, there it is.
Sleeping hold, locked in, and Slaughter flailing away. Another stunner.
How much more can Sergeant Slaughter absorb, though? He's been on the receiving end of a lot of damage right now.
Hooks the leg. One. He's got two. And Zbyszko escapes.
Larry Zbyszko with that back elbow, finding its mark right near the waistline. Slaughter with a roll-up schoolboy, but in the ropes.
Stiff forearms by Sergeant Slaughter, and here it is!
Oh, he had him in the Cobra Clutch, but he couldn't hold on to it because he was too close to the ropes when he applied it. But that was the first look at the Cobra Clutch tonight, and Larry Zbyszko, I don't know if he would have been able to survive that if he were out in the middle of the ring.
We should point out that at the end of this, these two men are going to have someone else to face tonight.
That's right. This is a one-night tournament. You don't get a break.
Oh, there it is! He's got the Cobra Clutch on Larry Zbyszko, and this time he's in the middle of the ring.
Larry Zbyszko, tremendous way of getting out of the Cobra Clutch. Dropped all of his weight down, used the momentum to sling Sergeant Slaughter over the top and all the way to the mat.
Counting clothesline, hooks the leg, that should be all.
It's not looking too good for Larry Zbyszko.
It's over. Sergeant Slaughter in what had to be a lot more match than he was anticipating tonight. Gets past the first round. Larry Zbyszko gave Slaughter all the fight anyone could have asked for.
Well, I'll tell you right now, there were several moments where it looked like Larry Zbyszko was absolutely going to win this whole thing.
Well, that was one of those moments where Larry Zbyszko pulling out all the stops, trying to take advantage of anything he could. And that, at the end of the night, was too much for Zbyszko. There is your winner. He advances here in the tournament. Sergeant Slaughter will make it to the Final Four of the United States Championship Tournament, and we'll be back with more right after this.